As we have seen for the 2020 elections and the years of Trump being in office, the insane amount of propaganda, lies, fear-mongering that all mainstream news has been doing to the people today. They have succeeded in these concrete, massive lies that people buy into. They have succeeded. People being brainwashed excessively into these lies that have been debunked over and over again. Malcolm X made this claim before, during his time. The media has so much power and influence that it can make an innocent man look guilty and a guilty man look innocent. And that's what we're seeing today, folks. And most of you are asking, where the heck do I get my news? Where do I look? Listen, we've been blessed with people taking their initiative, like I am today, to research on their own. There are a lot of private journalists and researchers that go out there to find alternative facts that go against the grain, that you pay them for information, and they're not paid off by billionaires and millionaires to make up these manufactured racism, manufactured fraud, manufactured collusion with Russia and Ukraine nonsense. All of it's been lies. All of it. Fake news is true. Fake news is taking over this country, and we the people must communicate and unite. Thank goodness for now we have YouTube. I'm not sure how much longer, but even YouTube is starting to censor people, and at that point I'm probably gonna have to go out with a speaker and go speak to people and say, listen, this is what's going on, you got to fix this, and communicate that from there. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys some who I get my news from. These people are new, that are unbiased, they're objective. Some, yes, are Trump supporters, but some are more objective and center. They talk about the flaws of Trump, they talk about the flaws of Biden, they talk about the flaws about everyone, and they talk about the statistics and facts that they research on themselves to come up with conclusions. Okay, and these are a lot of intellectuals, these are a lot of people that don't get a lot of attention, and a lot of them get banned. Okay? Whenever you see that information gets banned or fact-checked by social media or Google, typically that's been the truth, okay? There are some that's been pretty extreme conspiracy theories that have been pretty far-fetched, but there has been a lot of facts or reporting that Twitter takes down or Facebook takes down, saying that this has been already debunked and we classify that this is incorrect and inaccurate, and it happens to actually be the truth, okay? And that's what I'm telling you guys today, to wake up. We Nevadans, I'm focusing here in Nevada, but I'm sure other people from around the U.S. will listen to this here, but I'm just focusing on what Nevadans, what they can rely on here for news, okay? The local news here, Fox, MSNBC, I don't know the newscast that we have here, but all those people, they have been paid off. They are a sellout. They are a sellout. They are not for the people. All right, this is a beautiful time right now that we can all unite and communicate together and come together as a group and empower each other to do powerful things. Anyways, so I wanted to give you guys some different news channels. For one, we have I'm going to give you quite the list here. So one's called Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV is one. Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV. This is One America News Network. Just go on YouTube, download the app, or just go on your local or your computer that you have and subscribe to these channels. Next is the Epoch Times. These guys are awesome. They talk about a lot of international issues with China, collusion. They talk about national security, trade. Talk about how China has been infiltrating us and subverting our culture through social media and confusion and dividing and conquering. This is what we're seeing right now. Another one is Epoch Times of California. For anyone in California, you want to see why. I mean, there's a lot of intellectuals that have done studies of why California has failed, a lot of failed ideas in California, and these guys are on point. They talk about how renewable energy is horrible and that we should not replicate it here in Nevada. They talk about illegal immigration. They talk about why it's so expensive in California. They talk about how it was before in California. I mean, everything California. Highly recommend that because California is a failed state. It is. A lot of people are moving out of there and coming here in Nevada, and they're going to Arizona as well. But they're also bringing their policies. And we have to inform ourselves. We have to inform ourselves, because if we're getting information off of just what the news gives us and what they believe is good, then you're misinformed. America was founded on individual freedom, free thinking, free thought, the ability for you to conclude your conclusions, not being told what to do and being forced to submit to these ideologies. No. I'm giving you guys the ability to think for yourself, because that is the freedom that you get in this country that you don't get in other countries. Luckily for right now, we have that, because countries like China and Russia, they have specific books that are banned. They have strong regulations on news to not rebel against the government, or they'll shut you down, or you will get suicided. Anyways, here's some more. What's the next one we got? Larry Elder is awesome for those that are African American and looking for African American standpoint of debunking racism, debunking Biden and how he's the racist, and his history of being supportive of the KKK. Larry Elder is a very smart intellectual. This is the Daily Wire, it looks like. Yep, the Daily Wire. Awesome. These guys are very smart, intellectual guys. Got Ben Shapiro, Michael, the bald guy, and the guy with the beard. I forgot their name, but these guys are awesome. Typically more conservative, but these guys are very objective. They're critical about Trump as well. This one, Steven Crowder. This guy does live. This guy is he used to work for Fox, and he's basically made the claim that Fox is no longer trustworthy. They tend to be conservative, but they're not. And we've seen that now. Fox is part of this list. Fox is part of this list of fake news. Okay, they made the claim and the polls that Trump was going to lose in a lot of these states, and they were all wrong. All these mainstream media news networks were wrong drastically, so they cannot be trusted. The credibility of these places is going down. If not now, hopefully you've woken up now and realized how their credibility is flawed. It's no longer can be trusted. And the funny thing about it is, a lot of people are waking up, and the followers of CNN and Fox News are going down by the thousands daily. It's awesome. We should all do that. So Steven Crowder, recommend him. Hopefully that shows up. Yep. This is Tim. I don't even know what that says. Timcast. Oh, this is a young guy from Jersey. This guy is a pretty nerdy guy, but he gets really down into the details about what's going on daily. This guy has all kinds of subscriptions, and he does the research for you, because I understand it's very overwhelming for you to take the initiative and subscribe to all these newspapers and journalists and pay for them and do your own research, but this guy actually breaks down all those details. This is Candace Owens. Everyone knows Candace Owens. She's another black conservative intellectual. She used to be a Democrat. She used to be more of a leftist. She used to be, the same nonsense that we see now with people like Al Sharpton and what was that lady from Los Angeles? I forgot her name. But anyways, she's smart. Came out with a book called Blackout. Highly recommend her. Very sharp woman. I see her being definitely getting into politics. Officer Tatum, another black intellectual that is a conservative, used to be a police officer. He debunks a lot of the mainstream media's claims on the shootings like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. He goes into the more legal side of debunking the claims that the cops, that the deaths were justified. And this is coming from a black person, okay? A lot of these false lies that are continuing, this guy researches those things and makes it clear for you to realize that you're just being lied to by the mainstream media. So Officer Tatum, Charlie Kirk, young guy, he's from Turning Point USA. This guy's going around to colleges, because a lot of the subversion and the anti-American propaganda that's being pushed around is coming from colleges, okay, where your kids go to college and they come back and they end up hating America, and they think everyone's a racist, and they think that the founding followers are all racist. This guy goes over there, and socialism and Marxism and communism. All this stuff is being taught in our colleges, and that's where the subversion is coming from. That's where the Democrat Party is subverting our people. The leftist propaganda, the leftist ideology that believes in communism, that believes in Marxism and identity politics and all this nonsense that you're seeing today. Anyways, Charlie Kirk goes into that. Young 26-year-old, 25-year-old, smart guy. Highly recommend subscribing to him. PragerU, Dennis Prager. This guy created a channel that simplifies a lot of these different narratives and ideas and debunks them, and talks about like police brutality, talks about racism, talks about how we're the least racist now in the statistics. It's all about facts. A lot of these guys are factual people. PragerU University is awesome for that. Mr. Reagan, this guy's awesome too. Let me see here. Deanna Lorraine, she's based out of San Francisco. Female intellectual. She goes deep into a lot of the possibilities of things that can happen. A lot of them a little far-fetched, but at least it's, anything's possible at this point. What is this? Let me see. Project Veritas. Yeah, this guy is pretty good too. Let me see. I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. Project Veritas. Mark Dice. Yeah, this is Dinesh D'Souza. Awesome too. Indian conservative. Crossroads with Joshua Phillips. It's an awesome channel too. ABL, Black Conservative. Another channel right there. Can't read it. Dr. Steve Turley. Recommend him. The News Junkies cartoons. This talks about, again, just debunking a lot of narratives that there are lies. Judicial Watch. A lot of legality issues that's going on. Informing you about the Constitution. Ben Shapiro. Everyone knows him. Phenomenal debater. He's a Jew. This is Rudy Giuliani. He has a channel, YouTube, right there. Mayor of New York. Body language ghost. This lady talks about the body language of politicians, and she points out the red flags of deceit in politicians. So he points out the stress, points out interviews. She does an analysis on them and talks about the specific things that Nancy Pelosi does, Trump does, Joe Biden does, Harris does. She analyzes every single interview and gives you her professional opinion on the lies and deceit and them trying to confuse you or lie to you. Rudy Giuliani. The Independent is another channel. The Independent. This is Millennial Millie. She's awesome. News reporter. She's a millennial, clearly. But she goes deep into a lot of the underground movements of subversion. And she's deep. She's deep down the rabbit hole. Highly recommend her. Millennial Millie. Blaze TV. Good. Breitbart News, good as well. This is Fox City Midge, California, conservative. This is Rebel News. Highly recommend them. Let me see. Yeah, this is Joy Villa. She's awesome as well. Joy Villa. This is Thomas Sowell. Everyone knows who Thomas Sowell is. Thomas Sowell is awesome. Black intellectual. This guy's a genius. Genius when it comes to black intellectuals and debunking a lot of black negative narratives they're brainwashing African Americans to believe. This guy has books that he has written debunking a lot of these claims. Thomas Sowell. American Thought Leaders. The Epoch Times. This is a different Epoch Times. There's a multitude of Epoch Times channels. America is Talking. It's a little newer channel. Free the People. Another channel. Free the People. Black Conservative Perspective. Another channel. Black Conservative Patriot. Another YouTube channel. Liz Wheeler. Another channel. Alyssa Morrow, she's a journalist that was working with the news and started doing her own thing. And by the way, we can all start doing that. You don't have to have a college degree to be a journalist, okay? Highly recommend reading the ethics of journalism and understanding how to properly report things. Hillsdale College. Hillsdale College is fascinating and on point. Talks about the Constitution, talks about the origins of the Constitution, talks about how the Constitution came, and what studies they interjected into the Constitution for it to come to be to this day. And it talks about protesting, what the Constitution says about that. This is free education right here. These people are awesome. The Hillsdale College. You will learn so much stuff about political science, a lot about modern day Congress, the Senate, the House, the President, the balancing of powers. Any concept of government and politics that you don't understand, you want to know about, Hillsdale College is the way to go. The Federalist Society, similar to Hillsdale College. Blue Collar Logic. Independent Institute. That's the point with Brandon. This is more entertainment, blogging, going to rallies, seeing people's reactions to certain things. Kind of funny, more humorous. GOP War Room. Oh, come on, boy. Just gotta. There we go. GOP War Room. Patricia Dixon. She is a black conservative commentator. Salty Cracker. This is more entertainment. Pretty funny. Salty Cracker. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blurry. London Riel. Good channel as well. Salty Cracker. London Riel. Conservative in UK. Talks about some of the stuff in the UK that may be happening here. Sky News Australia. And that is it. I think that is it. This is all the channels here. Yeah, subscribe to all those channels. Look through them. You don't need the news. You don't need the news anymore. Those are the people you need to listen to. Okay? And you're talking about, well, what about local news? Sure, watch them, but be very skeptical. Be very skeptical of those people. All right? Not saying they're always inaccurate, always incorrect, but a lot of political stuff, they're being paid off. A lot of them have an agenda, and they've been politicized to the point that you have to go to alternatives. And these people have seen that opportunity to fill in the gap and to be the truth. Because right now there's a sea of lies, massive lies. Anyways, guys, God bless. Take care.